Ciao pasta lovers! This week's pasta kit is a beautiful hand-cut fettuccine noodle with a sun-dried tomato cream sauce, some oven-dried tomatoes, farm-fresh asparagus, and some pecorino pepato. We're going to go ahead and get this kit started, but first and foremost, I want to show you some of the tools that I like to use when executing one of these pasta kits. A really handy thing to have in the kitchen is a spider. Helps strain the pasta out of the water, and it also helps you keep that pasta water for later use when you're tossing it with the pasta. Rubber spatula, always handy for taking the sauce out of the container, making sure you get every little drop. And then any sort of tong, tweezer, or utensil to plate up, whatever you have in the house is fine. And then a ladle for using some of that pasta water to toss with the sauce and get everything nice and creamy. So we're gonna go ahead and get this one started. Play. So now with pasta's in the salted boiling water, we're gonna go ahead and use our tongs or our tweezers and loosen it, because sometimes with the fresh egg noodle, it's very high in moisture, so it tends to stick, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and give it a nice little stir. And then this will cook for about 1 to 2 minutes at the most. And then meanwhile, in a medium saute pan, we're gonna go ahead and add our sun-dried tomato cream sauce. We're gonna go ahead and get this on low heat, and we're gonna start warming this up. So while we're warming up this cream sauce, we're gonna keep it on low heat. Pasta should be coming up to a nice cook time, and then we're gonna go ahead and strain this. The sun-dried tomato cream sauce has garlic, onion, some beautiful sun-dried tomatoes, heavy cream, and a little bit of love. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, probably another 10 seconds on the pasta. Give it a nice little stir. My ratio for salting the water to the pasta is 1 gallon of water to a 1/4 cup of salt. It might seem like a lot, but it's definitely something that helps season the pasta and get everything really nicely coated, because there's no salt in the actual pasta itself. So now we're going to get this going in the sauce. And then we're going to go ahead and add our asparagus. Now this asparagus is uncooked. I feel like some of this fresh asparagus that comes from the farmers doesn't need a lot of cook time. I like to just warm it up gently and to still have some nice crunch and chew to it. So it's on low heat, bringing everything together. You really smell the sun-dried tomatoes and everything. Just gonna let this kind of go for a little bit. And this sauce that I gave you guys this week is nice and creamy. So you won't need to add much pasta water, but I still like to add a little bit of pasta water just to give it a really nice mouthfeel and really nice texture. A nice little toss here. And with this beautiful egg dough pasta, it has a really nice toothsome texture to it. 2 minutes in the pasta water and you'll have beautiful al dente pasta. One rule of thumb that I really like to tell people about is that when you're cooking your pasta, ideally you're cooking it about 3/4 of the way in the water. And then you're cooking it the rest of the way to al dente in the sauce. So that way it has the ability to absorb up all the delicious sauce, and it kind of goes through and through into the pasta. So that's why we're spending a little bit of time here in the saute pan, reducing the sauce, getting the noodles nicely soaked with the pasta sauce. So, and then we're gonna be ready to plate. All right. So here we have our beautiful fettuccine with the sun-dried tomato cream sauce and our fresh asparagus. I'm gonna go ahead and plate this. I'm a big fan of the pasta twirl because not only does it look nice, but it actually has a purpose. The pasta twirl keeps in a lot of the heat in the pasta. So you have a really nice hot pasta at all times. So I'm gonna go ahead, finish it with all of our asparagus. I had a little extra sauce in the pan, so I'm gonna use that for dipping some bread. And then we're gonna go ahead, we have some really nice house oven dried cherry tomatoes. I'm gonna go ahead and put these on. Give it a nice little pop of freshness and acidity to the dish, and kind of brings together the whole dish as far as tomato flavor. Then we're gonna go ahead and add our pecorino pepato. This is a pecorino sheep's cheese that has black pepper inside of the cheese itself. So we're gonna go ahead and get all the cheese on there. And then last but not least, just for a little reminder of spring, chives are coming up right now. I have a lot in my backyard. So this is what you guys are gonna get for the dish. And then there you have it, guys. Another delicious smoked pasta meal. I hope you enjoyed this one. Check out our website for some new stuff coming up, and enjoy. Ciao.